In a galaxy ruled by the highly structured and authoritarian Galactic Council, order and strict governance are the foundation of interplanetary relations. The Council consists of members from the galaxy's most influential species, each of whom adheres to a rigid hierarchy that has maintained galactic peace for millennia. The Council's word is final and unquestionable, and any dissenting race is often forced into compliance, either diplomatically or, in extreme cases, militarily. Against this backdrop, we meet the protagonist, Commander Elias Markov, a skilled yet unconventional diplomat from Earth. Elias is known among humans for his keen wit, tenacity, and ability to navigate diplomatic pitfalls with finesse. However, he carries a reputation for being unpredictable, a trait that both intrigues and irritates the Council. Elias grew up with a fascination for the stars, reading every historical account of human space exploration and dreaming of representing Earth on the galactic stage. However, his journey to this position wasn't easy. He faced countless setbacks and obstacles, primarily because of humanity's lesser standing in the eyes of the Council. Humanity, being relatively new to the intergalactic community, has struggled to earn respect. Although humans are innovative and resourceful, they are seen as fragile beings by the older, more technologically advanced races. Elias, however, is determined to change that perception. His personal mission goes beyond merely securing favorable treaties for Earth. He wants humanity to be recognized as equals, not as inferiors who should be pitted or controlled. The story begins with Elias arriving at the massive, breathtaking Council headquarters on the planet Hadria, a world known for its pristine white spires, floating cities, and gravity-defying architecture. Here, Council decisions that impact trillions of lives are made, and Elias feels the weight of the occasion as he prepares to address the Council on Earth's behalf. He is keenly aware of humanity's precarious position, especially as tensions have recently escalated over the Council's restrictions on technological trade with Earth, limiting human advancement under the guise of safety precautions. In a dramatic meeting hall, Elias stands before representatives from races spanning multiple star systems: the towering Var, known for their brutal strength, the Ulith, masters of mind control, and the Eldrians, whose telepathic abilities are unparalleled. The hall is a testament to alien opulence, adorned with symbols of each race's unique heritage, all underscoring humanity's stark difference from these ancient powers. As Elias begins his address, his words are respectful, but he senses the dismissive attitudes of the Council members. He requests that Earth be allowed to access technology on par with that of other races, to foster equality rather than subjugation. His speech, filled with humility and reason, is met with cold indifference. The Eldrian representative, a being of pale skin and piercing eyes named Talare, speaks condescendingly, suggesting that humanity should first understand the burden of power before grasping for it. Others murmur in agreement, making clear their unwillingness to grant humanity a place of true equality. Undeterred, Elias presses further, citing examples of Earth's resilience, adaptability, and ingenuity. His passion ignites a spark in the Council chamber, but his words are twisted by the Ulith ambassador, who manipulates the discussion to suggest that humanity's ambition is a threat to the established order. Frustration grows within Elias, who realizes that logic and diplomacy alone may never change these deep-rooted prejudices. As the discussions proceed, Elias feels the weight of history pressing down on him, the countless human explorers who dreamed of this moment, the hopes of a united Earth behind him. In a rare, impulsive moment of defiance, he lets his true feelings slip, subtly yet pointedly insulting the Council's blind adherence to hierarchy and tradition. His words echo through the hall, triggering a stunned silence among the Council members. They are unused to open defiance from a species they consider beneath them. The insult marks the beginning of a tense standoff. Rather than apologize or back down, Elias meets their shocked gazes with unwavering resolve. To him, this confrontation isn't just a moment of diplomacy, it's a declaration that humanity will not accept subjugation. While some members react with outrage, accusing Elias of disrespect, others, particularly the younger races, find themselves intrigued by humanity's audacity. Whispers ripple through the chamber, hinting at a divide within the Council itself. Elias's defiance sends ripples through the galaxy. Word of the insult spreads quickly, and other races, particularly those on the fringes of the Council's control, see it as a spark of rebellion. This single act of defiance becomes symbolic, awakening dissent among those who have long felt oppressed or dismissed. Meanwhile, Elias returns to Earth, prepared for both the consequences of his actions and the possibility that humanity may need to stand alone against the might of the Galactic Council. Following his bold statement before the Galactic Council, Elias returns to Earth, aware that repercussions are inevitable. Although his stand earned respect from many humans who yearn for a more empowered place in the galaxy, Elias knows that his defiance may have dire consequences. Unbeknownst to him, news of his confrontation spreads quickly, reaching even the edges of the galaxy. The Council's unified response is harsh, but within certain factions, Elias's words echo as a challenge against the Council's tight grip on power. Many marginalized races, who feel restrained by the Council's policies, find hope in the defiance of a newcomer like humanity. Days after his return, Elias meets with his close confidant and old friend, Zara Langston, a brilliant but pragmatic engineer who has witnessed humanity's struggles and innovations firsthand. Zara is a powerful force in Elias's life, balancing his fiery ambition with her calculated perspective. She offers caution, urging Elias to remember that, despite humanity's ingenuity, they are still outmatched by the Council's reach and resources. She shares her fears that his words may have made humanity a target, especially with the Council's history of snuffing out any hint of rebellion. Despite her warnings, Zara supports Elias's vision, and the two work tirelessly to prepare Earth's fledgling defenses. As they bolster their resources and devise strategies, news reaches them that a Council reconnaissance force is en route to Earth under the guise of diplomatic oversight. It's a thinly veiled threat. Elias knows the Council is sending a message: comply, or face consequences. As the Council's forces approach, Elias and Zara meet with other leaders, gathering military and scientific minds to craft a strategy. There is tension, fear, but also a surprising unity, a resolve born of knowing they must protect their home from powers that see them as inferior. In this effort, Elias realizes that Earth's greatest asset lies in its diversity. Unlike the Council, which operates under rigid structures, humanity's creativity and adaptability give them a unique edge. When the Council's ships arrive, the people of Earth prepare for the worst. Elias decides to meet the incoming forces, planning to negotiate if possible, yet fully prepared for conflict if necessary. The first confrontation is tense. Council Commander Varesh, a towering figure of the Varrock species, delivers a thinly veiled ultimatum: Elias must retract his statements before the Council and accept humanity's subordinate position, or Earth will face dire consequences. Elias stands firm, though his pulse races, aware of the risk he's taking. As he refuses the Council's demands, Varesh's patience wears thin. In a calculated move, the commander orders a display of force, targeting an uninhabited area on Earth's surface. Massive explosions rock the landscape, and the people of Earth witness the Council's firepower firsthand. The demonstration is terrifying, yet Elias remains resolute, knowing that retreating now would only validate the Council's disdain. In a pivotal moment, Elias and his team deploy their limited defenses, testing humanity's resilience. Against overwhelming odds, they manage to disrupt the Council's communications temporarily, causing confusion among their ranks. The human defenders seize this moment of weakness, executing a coordinated strike that forces the alien vessels to retreat, at least temporarily. It's a small victory, but it sparks hope among humanity and plants a seed of doubt in Varesh's mind. In the days that follow, Elias grapples with the weight of his decision and the implications of their small win. Though triumphant, he knows that humanity has merely bought time, and the Council will soon return in greater numbers. The people of Earth rally around him, united by the common goal of protecting their home and ensuring their independence. During this time, Zara remains a grounding force, reminding Elias of the stakes and helping him devise strategies that rely on Earth's natural strengths: resourcefulness, innovation, and adaptability. As tensions rise, Elias receives a covert message from an unlikely ally and alien sympathizer within the Council's ranks. The message hints at internal dissent and reveals that several Council members question the wisdom of subjugating every lesser race. The sympathizer, known only as Aaron, is a member of the Eldrian race, whose telepathic abilities allow them to discreetly communicate with Elias. Aaron warns him that Varesh is planning a more aggressive strike to force humanity into submission. The revelation of this hidden ally instills a renewed sense of purpose in Elias. He sees a glimmer of possibility that change could come from within the Council itself, though the path remains treacherous. Aaron agrees to feed Elias information from within the Council, and the two begin a covert alliance, their communications carefully concealed from Council surveillance. Zara and Elias work with the information Aaron provides, leveraging it to anticipate the Council's movements. Their preparation is put to the test as Varesh's forces return, this time with reinforcements. The battles that follow are intense, with humanity relying on guerrilla tactics and clever innovations to compensate for their limited firepower. The human forces adapt quickly, using Earth's unpredictable terrain and their understanding of the planet's unique environments to mount defenses that frustrate and confound the Council's soldiers. In one confrontation, Elias leads a daring mission to disable the Council's main weapon platform. Against all odds, his team succeeds in a stunning display of courage and ingenuity, using improvised technology and old tactics adapted to suit the alien threat. The victory resonates not only on Earth but across the galaxy as news spreads of humanity's surprising resistance. However, the cost of these battles is high. As losses mount, Elias feels the weight of every sacrifice. He wrestles with self-doubt, haunted by the question of whether his defiance was worth the lives lost. Zara, who has become more than a confidant and is now a close friend and ally, helps him bear the burden, reminding him that true freedom always comes at a cost. Their bond strengthens through these hardships, forming a foundation of trust and resilience. Despite the setbacks, the Council is shaken by humanity's resilience and tactical ingenuity. Varesh, humiliated by his inability to swiftly subdue Earth, grows increasingly ruthless, ordering indiscriminate attacks that only strengthen humanity's resolve. Meanwhile, Aaron provides crucial intelligence, revealing factions within the Council that grow uneasy with Varesh's brutality, fearing it may inspire other races to rebel. In a pivotal moment, Elias receives an encrypted message from Aaron, warning of an impending Council summit where the final decision on humanity's fate will be determined. The message is a call to action, prompting Elias and his allies to consider their next move. Realizing that they cannot rely on force alone to secure their freedom, Elias begins to contemplate a new approach, one that will challenge the Council's perception of humanity not through violence, but through resilience and unity. As this section concludes, Elias stands at a crossroads. He must weigh the price of open rebellion against the potential for a lasting peace achieved through diplomacy and alliance building. With Zara and Aaron's guidance, he faces the daunting task of navigating both military and diplomatic strategies, forging a path that may lead to a new era for humanity within the galaxy. His journey is far from over, but he emerges from these initial confrontations with a hardened resolve and a clearer sense of purpose, ready to confront the greater trials that lie ahead. The weeks following the Council's renewed assault leave Earth scarred and its people hardened. As Council forces regroup and prepare for a larger offensive, Elias finds himself torn between rallying his own people and maintaining contact with Aaron, his secret ally within the Council. Tensions are at an all-time high, and Elias is constantly aware of the Council's technological superiority and sheer numbers, yet he also recognizes humanity's strength and resourcefulness and adaptation. Aaron provides strategic intelligence, revealing weaknesses in the Council's military formations and suggesting ways to exploit these vulnerabilities. Elias, Zara, and a trusted inner circle work around the clock, developing strategies and deploying Earth's defenses in anticipation of the coming storm. It isn't long before the Council strikes again, this time launching a full-scale assault on key locations across Earth. The battles are unlike anything humanity has seen, with the skies ignited by beams of energy, advanced drones sweeping across battlefields, and Council ground troops deploying sophisticated weaponry that overwhelms even Earth's most prepared defenses. Elias leads a squadron on the front lines, personally rallying troops and directing counterattacks with unyielding determination. Zara, coordinating from a command center, stays connected with him through a neural link and innovative technology she developed herself, enabling them to share real-time intelligence and insights despite the chaos around them. In the heat of battle, Elias showcases his ability to think on his feet. When Council forces advance on a key military installation, he orchestrates a feigned retreat, drawing the enemy deeper into human territory before launching a surprise ambush. The tactic works, scattering the alien troops and allowing humanity to claim a small but critical victory. Yet, each skirmish leaves the Earth's forces more drained, and Elias begins to feel the weight of each life lost under his command. Meanwhile, Aaron, who has risked everything to assist humanity, sends a dire warning. She has learned of a faction within the Council that supports Varesh's hardline approach and seeks to push the Council toward absolute dominance, crushing any sign of rebellion swiftly and without mercy. Among this faction is an influential figure, a council strategist named Kael'ren, who has been advocating for a final, ruthless strike against Earth. Kael'ren's plans include weaponizing an ancient technology that can render entire regions uninhabitable, a measure designed to break humanity's spirit. The knowledge leaves Elias torn between fear and defiance. He cannot let Earth be destroyed, yet he knows he cannot yield either. In a moment of unity, Earth's leaders decide to take their resistance beyond mere defense. Recognizing the need to carry the fight to the Council, Elias and Zara work tirelessly to reverse engineer captured alien technology, creating new weapons and defenses. With Aaron's help, they even unlock parts of the Council's database, obtaining information about previously unknown technologies and techniques. These advancements bring hope, but they also expose a deep cultural divide. Some factions within Earth's military and political leadership push for more aggressive tactics, while others fear that humanity is on the verge of becoming as ruthless as the Council. As Elias wrestles with these decisions, he forms alliances with other marginalized species, each oppressed by the Council's rule. The Zyra, a race known for their advanced engineering, agree to join forces, providing vital resources and strategic support. The alliance, however, is tenuous. The Zyra's distrust of humans runs deep due to past conflicts, and their leaders are wary of fully committing to a fight they aren't sure humanity can win. Elias's interactions with these new allies become increasingly complex, as he navigates delicate negotiations, balancing Earth's needs with the concerns of the Zyra and other allied races. Zara advises caution, reminding Elias that one wrong move could fracture their fragile coalition. The climax of this section comes when Kael'ren makes a move that catches Elias off guard. Using Aaron's link to humanity as leverage, Kael'ren exposes her alliance with Earth, forcing Aaron to flee or face execution. This betrayal cuts deep, as Aaron had become a trusted confidant for Elias, a symbol of hope that even the Council was not immune to change. Aaron's escape is fraught with danger, and she barely makes it to a rendezvous point where Elias has dispatched a rescue team. The narrow escape cements their bond, but the betrayal sends shockwaves through their resistance. Aaron, once a key figure within the Council, is now branded a traitor, cutting off Elias from the crucial intelligence she once provided. The next assault on Earth is swift and brutal, a calculated response from Kael'ren designed to exploit the weakness he believes Aaron's defection has created. He deploys specialized Council strike teams that target key locations in an effort to demoralize humanity. One team manages to breach Earth's main defense outpost, and Elias is forced into hand-to-hand combat with Council soldiers. The close-quarters battle is grueling, and Elias is injured, barely escaping with his life. He experiences the true ferocity of the Council's forces up close, and for the first time, he realizes that humanity's fight for freedom will demand sacrifices far greater than he had anticipated. The Council's new weapon, an energy pulse device designed to disrupt Earth's electronics, wreaks havoc on human infrastructure, leaving entire cities in darkness. The devastation is widespread, and Earth's people are forced into an underground network of bunkers and temporary camps. This assault proves to be the most harrowing moment for Elias, as he witnesses families torn apart and entire communities displaced. The cries of those suffering haunt him, deepening his resolve but also bringing a sense of vulnerability he has never felt before. Humanity is pushed to its breaking point, and Elias realizes he must find a way to counter this weapon or risk complete defeat. At this lowest point, a turning point emerges. Aaron, though in hiding, manages to send one final message through a secure channel. She provides Elias with coordinates to an abandoned Council research facility on a nearby moon, where remnants of the ancient technology Kael'ren plans to deploy are stored. This revelation sparks a dangerous plan. If Elias and his allies can infiltrate the facility and retrieve or disable the technology, they might have a chance at turning the tide. With a small, elite team, including Zara and a handful of Zyra allies, Elias sets out on a high-risk mission to the moon. The infiltration is meticulously planned but fraught with obstacles. The team encounters Council security forces, and a series of intense firefights ensues. Each encounter pushes them closer to their limits, and the toll on the team is heavy. Zara sustains injuries while protecting Elias during a particularly brutal exchange, and the two share a brief, quiet moment in hiding, reflecting on the sacrifices they both made. Zara's resolve only strengthens, and her loyalty to Elias becomes clear, as she insists on continuing despite her injuries. The final confrontation within the facility brings the stakes to their peak. In a climactic showdown, Elias and his team face off against Kael'ren himself, who has anticipated their arrival. Kael'ren, a master strategist, has manipulated the situation to his advantage, setting traps throughout the facility. The battle is fierce, and Elias is forced to confront not only Kael'ren but his own inner conflict. He realizes that his defiance has led them here, to the very brink, and he questions whether he has led his people to ruin or to the dawn of a new era. In a final, desperate maneuver, Elias manages to disable the ancient weapon system, rendering it useless to the Council. The victory is hard-fought and costly, with several members of his team lost in the battle. As the dust settles, Kael'ren is captured, his forces in disarray. But even in defeat, Kael'ren's words are chilling. He warns Elias that humanity's defiance will only provoke the Council's wrath further, foreshadowing darker battles yet to come. Elias returns to Earth, weary but victorious. The Council's plans have been thwarted, and the people of Earth are reinvigorated by his bravery and resilience. However, the losses weigh heavily on him, and he begins to understand the true cost of resistance. With Aaron and Zara at his side, Elias reflects on the journey thus far, knowing that their fight is far from over. The experience has steeled his resolve, and he now stands ready to face the Council's inevitable retribution, armed with the knowledge that humanity's resilience and unity are its greatest weapons. The news of Earth's resilient stand against the Council is spread across the galaxy, causing ripples of unrest among oppressed species who see hope in humanity's defiance. The Council, however, is determined to crush this rebellion with finality. Elias and his allies prepare for an unprecedented invasion, with Kael'ren's forces mobilized and ruthless, vowing to bring Earth to its knees. As the Council fleet assembles, the sky over Earth darkens, and the vast armada looms ominously, symbolizing the overwhelming might of the alien empire. Despite the looming threat, Elias stands with renewed resolve. His journey has forged him into a leader capable of inspiring unity, and he is determined not to falter now. Beside him, Zara and Aaron offer their support, representing the unwavering bonds he has formed in this struggle. They know the odds are bleak, but together they have learned that sheer willpower and solidarity can create miracles. The opening salvo of the final assault is devastating, with the Council bombarding Earth's defenses from orbit. High-tech Council forces rain fire down on key military sites, cutting off communication and crippling defensive systems. Humanity scrambles, utilizing every bit of technology and ingenuity they have left, but the sheer power of the Council's arsenal is unlike anything they've faced before. The Council troops, led by Kael'ren himself, descend to the surface, their advanced exosuits and weaponry creating a nightmare on the battlefield. Elias takes command from the front lines, rallying the people of Earth with a speech that channels both defiance and hope. "We are not just fighting for survival," he declares. "We are fighting to prove that we will not bend, that we will not break. No matter the cost, we will show the galaxy that humanity is not so easily extinguished." The battle is relentless, with skirmishes erupting in major cities and remote outposts alike. Elias and Zara deploy innovative guerrilla tactics, leading small, agile units to hit and run Council forces, exploiting every weakness Aaron's intelligence has uncovered. Humanity's use of Earth's terrain as a strategic advantage frustrates the Council, who are unaccustomed to fighting on such unfamiliar ground. Earth's diverse landscapes, from dense forests to sprawling cities, become a battleground where human adaptability shines. Amidst the chaos, Elias is forced to confront Kael'ren himself. In a tense confrontation, Kael'ren taunts Elias, painting humanity's resistance as a foolish, fleeting spark doomed to be snuffed out. The encounter ignites a fierce battle, with the two engaging in a brutal duel. Kael'ren's advanced alien weaponry grants him an edge, but Elias, driven by the desperation to protect his people, taps into a strength he didn't know he had. Despite suffering several injuries, Elias refuses to back down, his defiance shaking even Kael'ren's confidence. As the battle reaches its zenith, Earth's defenses seem on the verge of collapse. Council forces press forward, and casualties mount. It's in this darkest hour that an unexpected twist shifts the tide. The Zyra, inspired by humanity's unyielding spirit and persuaded by Elias's integrity, choose to intervene directly. Their sleek, advanced ships emerge from hyperspace, breaking through the Council's blockade, creating an opening that allows human forces to regroup. Their arrival is a beacon of hope, and the Zyra commander broadcasts a message to all Council forces: demanding they halt the assault in the name of justice and respect for every species' right to sovereignty. Kael'ren's forces are shaken, but the war-hardened leader refuses to retreat. Furious at the defiance from both humanity and his own council members, Kael'ren pushes forward with ruthless determination, setting his sights on one final assault. His goal is clear: destroy Earth's last stronghold, where Elias and his allies have gathered for a final stand. Understanding the stakes, Elias coordinates a desperate counteroffensive. He and Zara strategize to protect the stronghold, knowing that this last stand will either end the conflict or plunge humanity into ruin. The clash is intense, with Earth's forces and the Zyra working side by side to repel the Council's troops. The landscape around the stronghold becomes a wasteland of fire, debris, and fallen soldiers, but Elias never wavers. He draws on every lesson, every loss, and every victory from the journey, channeling all of it into his leadership. His people fight with a resilience that defies the Council's understanding, their unity and fierce determination embodying the indomitable spirit of humanity. In the midst of the final battle, Eren provides one last crucial piece of intelligence. Kael'ren's forces rely on a powerful energy core, hidden within his command ship, that sustains the entire fleet's weaponry. Destroying this core could cripple the fleet, but it requires a direct, high-risk assault on Kael'ren's ship. Determined to end the threat once and for all, Elias volunteers for the mission, knowing it might be his last. Zara, loyal to the end, insists on joining him, and together with a small strike team, they launch a daring infiltration of the command ship. The mission is fraught with danger, and the team encounters fierce resistance. One by one, team members fall, but Elias and Zara push forward, driven by the knowledge that the fate of Earth hangs in the balance. They reach the core room, and in a final, desperate act, Elias plants a detonator on the energy core. However, Kael'ren intercepts them, engaging Elias in a brutal, final confrontation. The duel is fierce and merciless. Kael'ren, consumed by hatred for humanity, fights with all his strength, but Elias counters with a resilience forged through every hardship he has faced. The two struggle, each driven by their own conviction. In a decisive moment, Elias manages to incapacitate Kael'ren, leaving the council leader defeated as the core begins its countdown. With seconds to spare, Elias and Zara make their escape, watching from a safe distance as Kael'ren's ship detonates in a spectacular explosion. The council fleet, now deprived of its power source, is left in disarray, forced to retreat under the combined onslaught of human and Zyra forces. The council's hold on Earth is finally broken, and humanity emerges victorious. As the dust settles, Elias and Zara return to Earth, their victory tempered by the losses they've endured. They stand among the ruins of their world, surrounded by survivors who have fought alongside them, and reflect on the sacrifices that have brought them to this moment. The alliance with the Zyra marks a new chapter for humanity, offering hope that they may one day find a place of respect among the stars. Eren, now exiled from the council, joins them, her loyalty solidified by the bonds they have forged. She and Elias share a moment of quiet understanding, knowing that while they have won this battle, the future remains uncertain. The Council's defeat has shaken its members, and rumors of dissent within its ranks suggest that the galaxy is on the verge of change. Elias stands before the people of Earth, delivering a speech that resonates with hope and resilience. We faced a force that saw us as nothing more than an inconvenience, a species to be tamed. But we showed them what humanity is capable of. We are strong, we are resilient, and we will not be silenced. Today is not just our victory, it's a declaration that we will chart our own destiny among the stars. As he speaks, he realizes that his journey has changed him. The young leader who once sought to defy the council with a single statement has grown into a symbol of humanity's will to survive, a beacon of hope for those who have suffered under the council's rule. He knows the challenges are far from over, but he stands ready, surrounded by allies who believe in the future he envisions. The story concludes with a sense of both triumph and anticipation. Humanity has won a significant victory, but the galaxy remains a complex and dangerous place. Elias and his allies look to the stars, knowing they have a long journey ahead to secure a lasting peace. The fight has given humanity a voice, one that the galaxy can no longer ignore. As Earth rebuilds, whispers of rebellion ripple across other planets, emboldened by humanity's stand.